Greetings, friends. I'm Reverend Kira with Unity Bay Area Houston in League City, Texas, here to invite you to our Sunday celebration service at 10:30 a.m. on this Sunday. We are in the midst of looking into our unity principles. Last week, we looked at grounded in unity principles, and it was based upon our first principle that there is one presence and one power. And when we understand that we establish ourselves in the ground of our being, in the oneness of the universe. And now this week we are going to be talking about the wings of Christ consciousness. Our second unity principle teaches the idea that we have a spark of divinity in us, and we call it Christ consciousness, and every living being has that same spark of divinity. And what is it to rise on the wings of that consciousness, to make it a living embodiment in such a way that we are a living Christ consciousness and we experience one another in that same way. When we do this, we absolutely transform how we show up in the world. We operate with loving kindness, because we see everyone as that Christ being, as that divine being, as that spark of divinity. We begin to live into the golden rule of we treat others as we would want to be treated. This is a powerful place to begin to shift our understanding. It's a nice concept, but we're inviting ourselves into a much deeper realization of what that means in the ways we show up in the world, and to really look into the depth of this in our own soul so that we become a living presence for that divine light, that divine spark, and we also become a connector to the relations with all of our brothers and sisters, which are really looking at there is no other. There is only the one presence and power. So therefore, when what I see is also me, and I begin to soften and open to what is there in the midst of every circumstance and situation. Now, we'll talk more about this because it's a powerful place to come to a new understanding and begin to live differently. And that to me is the key. This is also our weekend of welcome for the United Nations World Harmony Interfaith Week. And this week we are opening our doors to invite our interfaith friends to come and join us in our service. And we look forward to welcoming others. And so it's an ideal time to put into practice our golden rule that applies into every faith tradition and even into non-secular or secular kind of things that are more oriented towards Aristotle or Socrates or a humanist view, because the golden rule applies to all of these, no matter how we think about it. And so what I would love for each of one of us is to open ourselves to the awareness of that divine Christ spirit, to let the wings of this consciousness take us into a higher place of living. And we're going to have some fun with that this Sunday at 10:30 a.m. We hope you'll come and join us in person at 1911 Highway 3 South in League City, Texas. If not, join us online. We are on our YouTube channel and on our Facebook page under Unity Bay Area Houston. Wherever you are and whatever you're doing, may you feel that divine love, that infinite source of your creative energy, of the light and the love of the divine, move through you to inspire you to live a life of loving kindness. It is needed more than ever right now. God bless you, friends. I look forward to seeing you this Sunday.